Alright, a couple of things I was thinking about with regards to bench pressing. With regards to the bench press, and a lot of people find that a common problem spot for their bench press when it comes to finishing a lift and being strong in a lift is their lockout strength. A lot of people think that when they get stuck in this place right here where the bar is about 6 or 8 inches off their chest and they can't finish off the lift, that they think that there's an issue with their tricep strength or their front shoulder strength or both. The front delts and the triceps need a little bit of work in order to improve their lockout strength. And many times this could be true, but there are some times where you might want to think about other factors as well. For example, the way in which you're performing your repetitions and whether or not that is going to affect what muscles get activated and at what point in the lift. So what I mean by that is, if I show you the bench press here, typical repetitions will look something like this. Get set, bring it down, so in that example that I just gave, I wasn't necessarily bouncing the bar or doing anything sort of aggressively jarring to come down on the chest really hard. But what I was doing was I was still transferring my force as the bar made contact with the torso and it came away. So there was a transfer of force and the energy was being exchanged. That uses the stretch reflex. Just like in any other lift, like a bicep curl or a squat where you come to the bottom and you come out of the bottom, there's going to be a transfer of forces that is going to make the stretch reflex become much more engaged than if you were to pause or come to a complete stop. Now, this use of momentum, even to that degree, can make a huge difference in terms of just what muscles are being activated or how much each muscle is being activated when you do an exercise. So in the case of the bench press, if you use that method and then you get stuck right here, sure, your triceps might not be able to lock out the lift, but it doesn't mean that your chest is proportionally stronger than your triceps for that reason. Because you didn't necessarily use all of your chest force when you were pushing the bar off your chest simply because of the fact that that stretch reflex has been engaged. So instead, if you were to come to a complete pause and dead stop at the bottom of your bench press, then you'd be able to really see just how much force your chest muscles can apply when you push off. So in the case of the bench press, once again, a better example just to see really where you stand. Once you do this method, you might see that even with that pause, you might have a harder time pushing the bar off the chest at the same weight compared to only getting stuck right here. So you'll find that there's a different reason that it's not just the triceps, it might just be overall strength that needs to catch up to a certain point. Obviously, this is not something that would be speaking to power lifters or people who are very advanced or whatnot. They probably already know this, but for beginners who might be thinking, or novice people or people who are just entering intermediate phases of training who might think that they have a tricep discrepancy when it's really not that at all, this might be a method to try out for a phase just to in order to figure out what really is the weak point and start from the ground up. So try a few pause reps for the bench press and it might take away your emphasis towards getting your triceps and your front delts stronger. And that's it.